ready.
Right, Windows traction control, you're good to go.
Okay. I can't hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me. They put me right to the back of the grid.
That's right, it is fine at the moment, and we just hope that it stays that way for as long as possible during the race. Just looking down the list, it is the Team 16 that is there on the outside, that's on 0 credit lapses. The car's now moving off, so the race underway, although not moving off, is the car from pole position. It is now moving, that's good. Otherwise that could have caused a bit of a scene. The race effectively starting under the safety car, then the safety car will pull in at the end of this lap, but we're already now counting down, as you can see, the 6 hours of this race.
The clock's ticking.
Yeah, the format of the start changed a few years ago, just in the interest of safety, really. We did have had 1 or 2 nasty incidents with such a big grid in the past.
I think part of the problem really is that it's a good problem to have, is with a full field of 70 cars. Clearly those that are pretty much at Luffield don't have sight of a start signal. So yeah, it's much safer to get away. Makes a start shot difficult for the photographers, because when they come through at the end of this sort of rolling lap from the standing start, it'll be flying, and we'll probably have the 3 radicals a long way clear. By the time the last cars are through, I would think they'll be down at Stowe.
Hello. Right, as you'll obviously see, this is the Birkett Relay race. So I was asked to start, which was all well and good in theory, but then I kind of wasn't ready. A mixture of a bit of a late qualifying. They kind of got held up a bit in qualifying, and we didn't hear the call when we were in the garage, and we thought, because qualifying ended like just about 10 minutes before the start of the race, so we were like, oh, surely they'll extend it a little bit, you know, the marshals need a break or whatever. But no, they just said, right, qualifying's finished, let's just start the race. So I had to rush up to the assembly area and get ready, and it was just all a bit of a rush, and I wasn't ready to leave when all the other cars were leaving. Obviously you can't go out on track if your seatbelts aren't done up and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't plugged into the radio, and it was just anyway, so literally the entire field went in front of me, and I had to go right at the back. I was hoping they would pull me forward and put me into my actual grid slot, but no, I had to start right at the back. So we should have started on row 28, which is where can I don't know if I'll be able to spot it here, but basically we were meant to start just in front of an orange Puma. The orange Puma of I want to say, is it St. Winifred's School Choir? Something like that. It's Chris Ventana of 2RM Motorsports team. Anyway, yeah, so the orange Puma that just come into shot now, I was meant to be just in front of them, but I was obviously put way at the back. Anyway, doesn't matter. It makes some good footage because I have to like try and fight my way through. So Birkett Relay, 6 hour race, starts under the safety car, and basically we start and we do 1 rolling lap. I won like formation lap, but it's not really a formation lap, it's just 1 lap behind the safety car. As soon as the first car starts rolling, the clock starts counting down. So yeah, I should be where those cars are just going up to the hairpin now, but obviously, as you can see, I'm still at Village and Farm. So safety car lights are out, and that means the three radicals at the front will take over the pace. And I didn't really know what was going on, so I didn't know if I was waiting for green flags or what was going to happen. If I remember rightly, what really happened was, so these guys go up to the line, and as soon as they cross, they just basically green flag the whole circuit. And then I think I wasn't entirely sure if I could overtake before the timing line. I don't think I did. Yeah, I think you had to wait for the timing line in order to go and overtake. Like that radical is just on there. So we should be coming into shot soon. And I think, where is it? I can't see the Puma. I should be probably around about where these cars are coming through now. Yeah, is that the Puma? That's not the Puma. That's the Puma. So I should be around about there, but I'm not. And there's a load more cars, and that's me there. So across the timing line, I'm like, right, let's get some overtaking done. On board with me now. Yeah, just gotta try and find my way through the back of the pack. Right at the back you had all the likes of the 116s and all that kind of stuff, all the what's essentially just standard cars, the 116 trophies, MX5s, all that kind of stuff. They're all just standard road cars. Basically just with a cage and some suspension and some fancy tyres on just to get ready. But yeah, if you basically don't know what the 116 trophies and all that are. I don't know who that guy that just passed me was. Yeah, it was kind of once I got over the annoyance of starting from the back, it was actually quite a lot of fun just trying to find my way through all of these guys. And the good thing about the Birkett, which we found out, is you always get a race, you always get a battle. So no matter when you come out on track, because there's such a variety of cars, you've got everything from those 116i trophy cars all the way up to the radicals and everything in between. You get, you always get a battle. There's always somebody around about you that's similarly paced that can help spur you on, or you get into a little battle with, and it's all good fun. But the only downside about that is because obviously starting from the back and there are similarly paced cars, obviously there's varying levels of experience as well. As you'll see in later shots, when I come up to the back of other cars that are battling, which are maybe just a bit slower than me, because they're battling, it holds me up because you've got to try and find a way through. You don't want to ruin their race as well. Obviously it's not so much about track position and setting the fastest lap times, it's more about just how many laps you can do in the 6 hours. So up ahead is the Puma that it should have been in front of at the start. So already, obviously I'm not a lap down, but it's taken me a whole lap to get up to where I should have been. As you can see, we're a lot faster than that particular Puma, and the car in front of it, I think the car in front is a E46 3 Series compact. So we're faster than them, and as you can see, they're fighting a wee bit with each other. So it kind of holds me back until I get to a point where I can pass them both. So yeah, this is me now back up to where I should have started. So now I need to try and make some progress. There's quite a good gap in front of me now, but this is where I need to make up some time, try and get up to the back of the next pack. Skipping forward a bit, I've gone up against this 325 Ti I think it is, and a Porsche in front of it. Obviously I've caught up to them, so I'm lapping faster than them, but now we get into the cars that their lap times aren't too much slower than mine, so trying to find the way around. And then now the radicals have come to pass us as well. I thought I'd get a lot more laps in before the radicals were coming past. So yeah, trying to find your way around cars that are slower but not that much slower kind of gets a bit difficult. And there's actually a bit of a moment coming down into, I want to say it's Woodlands after this straight. So this Mazda, he was quite quick in the corners. Well, obviously I'm faster on the straights. Going down, that Porsche is faster than 325 on the straights. We turn in, and he's got the inside line, so I'm going to take his line. And then all of a sudden we just brake. And I've no idea why. He really stamped on the brakes. I'd stamped on the brakes, and that poor Mazda behind me, sorry, I don't know if he watches the videos, but sorry to that Mazda, like I think he locked up a bit and had a bit of a moment. Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know why the Porsche just suddenly stood in the anchors like that. There was no need for it. You just need a wee tap at the brakes. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Finally managed to get past the Porsche, up the inside of Cops, and now chasing after this 325. It's a big wing on that 325, if it does anything. Yeah, most of us, both me and Emma, couldn't really find what the right line is to go through Maggots and Beckett's. It's always a bit of circuits that annoyed me. I don't know like where you need to be, and like we were trying different things with different gears. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, that's the 325 away. So, and again, there's a bit of a split cap in front of me, so I'll try and catch up to the next pack. Skipping ahead a bit again, as you can see we're on lap 6 now. I've got up to a pack of, there's a couple of BMWs and I think a couple of Porsches in there or whatever, all having a little battle, so up to them, see if I can get past them. We actually get some airtime here as well, from the live stream. There we are. And as you can see, it's quite a big pack I've got up to. I'm guessing that should have been the pack I would have been chasing from the start, or near the start anyway. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, got up to them, and obviously I've caught up to them, so in my mind I'm faster than them, so it's just a case of trying to get around them. But since they're this far up, and it's taken me this long to catch up with them, they're obviously lapping at a reasonable pace. You can't get perfect laps in the Birkett, so obviously, like I say, you've got radicals and all the other fast stuff around you all the time as well, so the lines are never perfect. I think that 2:37 is the fastest lap I actually got in the race, and I think that's just from the clear laps that I had previous, like laps 4 and 5 are quite clear. After that, you're just in traffic for the whole time. And as the race progresses, it's very hard to find a clear bit of track to actually set some lap times. You'll see the lap time is there. You can see the delta's up just now, but I think I'll lose it later on. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, like I can pass that, like so that compact and stuff on the straights, but then he throws at the up the inside going down that corner, and then so it's kind of, like I say, we're with cars now that are similar in pace, and because it's maybe really only slowed up because they're battling with each other. So yeah, I think I'm with the group now that I should be with. So yeah, the aim is just try and, if I can get past this group, then I can maybe set a couple of laps and get some distance between us. And like I say, the aim of the game isn't so much as setting lap times, it's just doing as many laps as you can. Obviously the faster you do those laps, the more laps you'll do in the 6 hours. Anyway, MR2, I should be quicker in a straight line. Kind of. Nice escort though. Like I say, there's a real selection of machinery at this Birkett. It's really good to see all the different cars out racing on the circuit at the same time. Do I get past this MR2? I don't know if I get past it or not. Yeah, as you can see there, before we crossed the line, that lap was a 240 just because you're stuck in traffic. So you can't really set any decent laps. You're in traffic, you try to get past slower cars, you try to let big, faster cars pass. It's just kind of, you can't set lap times, but you can do your best. So that's our MR2 done. I think this is quite a good run through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, nearly a second up already, but yeah, I just couldn't really figure out what the line was. Getting ahead of it again, in a little battle with a Civic to the right of me now. I think we should be roughly on par with likes of Civic Type R's, like the trophy cars and all that. This MR2 is pretty quick. I think he runs in the MR2 Championship. Those MR2s, they seem pretty good in the corners, but then we should be a little bit faster than them down the straights. I think coming up we should have a little bit of airtime as well. This thing, the whole thing was live streamed, but didn't get that much airtime because obviously we've got 70 cars, well 70 teams to watch, and every team has 3, 4, 5 or 6 cars. Yeah, a little bit of airtime here. As you can see, we've gotten past that Civic, still battling with it. So yeah, we are definitely up the cars that we should be about on par with now. Let's try to keep to them, keep them behind or whatever, and just some decent laps. So that's kind of the end of the game. And then you get these radicals, they just literally appear out of nowhere. Forward again. This is actually coming up to my final lap, this stint. I see Nick putting the board out. The thumbs up, I've seen the boards, and we come in. So I run one more time, and then I'm in, and that'll be me done. I'll tell you something, we did half-hour sessions. Half hour is enough, especially at the start, because it's so full on. Half hour was definitely enough to do. Yeah, I don't think this lap was too interesting, so I'll skip to me coming in.
Hey, so Luca's just ready to go out. Stephen's out on track just now. How are you feeling?
Hot, very hot, but I'm super happy. I hope that Steve can put a couple of good laps, and then from there I'm just trying to try not to crash it.
Yeah.
And see what happens. But it's looking good so far.
It is. Stephen's doing well, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's see.
Love racing UK.
As you can see, it's Luca going out. I tried to look for footage of him going round. There wasn't much, to be honest. They didn't really pick him up much. They picked him up here, but that's kind of it. and then there was a bit of a spin, and then Luca did his stint, and then he came in. Lewis went out, and again they didn't really pick up Lewis too much on the live stream, but he went out, and I think a lot of his stint was spent like this behind the safety car. I don't really know what the big incident was that caused it all. I know there'd been a couple of incidents on track. I think there was a Porsche that got a bit mangled and stuff like that. We see Lewis here just behind Lee Campbell. Lee going through, and then there's Lewis there. That's it. And then this is time for Emma to go out for her first stint. So Emma's out lap, and our first lap were quite uneventful. She was actually in clear air, which is pretty decent. Until this point where she actually gets a bit of airtime. A lot of faster cars passing her. I think she's coming up on a couple of slower cars as well. She can try and have a bit of a play with. Yeah, like I said, the aim of the game is just putting in laps rather than trying to get the fastest lap in the world. Yeah, here we go, she's finally catching up with someone. Literally, sort of like from the time she came out to now, she hasn't caught up with anyone. She's just in clear air the whole time. Very unusual, like nobody even passed her. So, in clear air the whole time until now. Which is good, it lets Emma get up to speed with the car again. Which is fine. It's not until halfway around lap 2 that she actually catches up on a big group of cars. So now she can have something to focus on, do a couple of overtakes. So obviously watching up people behind you. As you can see, she's lapping in the 240s, so decent lap times. That's kind of what Luca and Lewis were lapping as well. I think they were into high 240s. So if we can all keep to the same as that, it would be pretty decent. Stefan and Sam in their 40s were a little bit quicker, but had a couple of issues which you'll see later on. Yeah, she's finally caught up to a big group of traffic. All the 116s dispatched. And then whatever straight this is, the many straights of Silverstone, and she'll break the 306 in the corner. Quite got the legs, but you'll know that she's faster than the 306. Obviously she's got up to it, and the Puma in the front. She'll know she's faster than that as well. And Emma now gets a bit of airtime. Still chasing that Puma, but she's got in front of the 306. See the 306 just in the background there. I think she'll take the Puma down the straight. You can see all the cars, you're like 3 wide down the straights, and then there's a Radical just trying to like find its way through as well. A bit of a menace, they really are. There's another one there just like making its way through. Literally, you'll get like halfway down the street, you won't see halfway down the straight, you won't see a Radical, and then you look again as you get to the end of the straight, and there's another one. It's just, yeah, they're ridiculously fast, those things. And she comes in the shot again, goes away, and I think we don't see her for a while after that. So we'll just go back on board with her. Yeah, as you can see, still putting in decent laps. But now she's going through that a little bit of traffic. Again, the track is kind of clear in front of her. So skipping forward that lap, and this is where it will start to get a bit annoying. So as you could see there, she was 2 seconds up on a delta on that lap, and then catching up to the back of these guys and having to move out the way for cars. I don't know what this orange car thinks he's going to do. The whole idea is you've got to be predictable. The fastest car has got to make its way around. I don't know where he thought he was going there, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, as I was saying, she was 2 seconds up. She gets into a bit of traffic, and then you lose. She's lost that 2 seconds, and she's now half a second down. So that's where it gets a bit frustrating if you are trying to if you're just out there trying to find lap time. As soon as you get up to the back of people, and you're trying to make your way around and also look out for faster cars, it just slows you down. It is what it is. Still putting in decent lap times. That's still going to be a decent lap. She's actually making up that half a second a little bit. Follow it to the end of this lap, see what it is. Yeah, that Peugeot's a bit slow down there, so it's kind of holds you up because you've got to know where to go. Once you're committed to taking that line around the corner, you've got to know where to go. So if the person in front of you is a bit slow, then it kind of just slows you up a little bit. Oh, 3 wide in the cops. The Hyundai just came right in front of her. That was a brave move by both them and the Hyundai. Let's watch the schematics from Birkett. As you can see, you can make up quite a lot of time if you have, a bit of clear air in front of you. Should be faster than straight from this Hyundai. Here we are, and a faster car comes down the other side as well. You've got to watch out for that. He's got his rain light on as well. Keeping ahead, and Emma's a way to get into a little, I wouldn't say a tangle, but just a little out with this Porsche Boxster. So a lot faster than us down straight into the Brooklands. Not entirely sure, and he just he's a bit slow. So that's one of the annoying things about Birkett. You get people that are a lot faster in the straights, and then we get to a corner and we slow right down. As you can see, straight now he puts his foot down, but he just goes away. But that was a decent lap from Emma. She was almost 2 seconds up on her best time, her personal best, and she's still up. Getting a bit braver with box corner. Yeah, doing pretty well. A little skip ahead, and we'll wait to get some more airtime. So take note of that yellow car is passing just now. That is it, a GT86 and a 106. So Emma's currently chasing them down. She's away to catch up to them soon. So those will be her next targets to try and overtake. The next 5 is in the mix as well. Yeah, I had to literally watch the entire live stream to try and see where we've got a bit of airtime bit. And that's our pass to the 106. And try and get up the back of the Porsche, the MX-5. See, our line was compromised a little bit. Going through village of the farm, or farm and village. I can't remember the corner names of Silverstone. It's there's a lot of them. Yeah, catching up to the back of these two guys, but then she's got an M2, I think it is, going up behind her. Let's see, MX-5 gone. M2 or M235i or whatever it is goes past. Catching up to the GT86 now. And a bit more airtime. And the inside of the 86, there we go. I think they continue following our rank cops. Yeah, they do. Yeah, when you do get some pretty decent, but then a lot of times they would just follow the radicals like they're doing now again. So it was, you could see yourself like just out of shot or whatever because they're following the radicals, but obviously you're getting in the shot, so you do get a little bit of airtime, but they're mostly just following the radicals. I mean, they are impressive. There's a lot of machinery to have a look at. And we join Emma again on the, I'll come towards the end of this lap. I think this turns out to be our fastest lap of this session. Yeah, she actually gains quite a lot of time around there because she's finally not stuck behind cars that are going slower than her around there. Gained almost, well, actually 2 tenths up, and she's 8 tenths up, so 6 tenths gained around there. That's pretty decent. And that's her finally into the 230s. So down at the cops, and only noticed when watching this back, it was obviously just a couple of spots, but it actually starts raining a little bit. Spot just appears on the screen now. There we are. We get a couple more spots. You can't see the clouds in the sky, they are looking a bit black. I can't quite remember what kind of time of the day this was, but the forecast a little bit of rain. I was thinking this particular bit turned too much, but yeah, it's quite surprising watching this back, but it did have a little bit. Skip ahead again. Found a mini to have a play with, so that's one of the SRR minis, and a bit of airtime. Not really looking at us, but we're there. Yeah, I think this is coming towards the end of Emma's stint now. That mini is faster than us. I'm looking at the bonnet and the doors. I think he's just gone fiberglass. So I think I raced him at the Club Sport Trophy earlier in the year, and he was faster than us then. So if he's got even lighter panels now, he'll be even faster. So yeah, that was Emma's last lap. So she's coming into the pits now, and our changeover was actually caught on the live stream. So there's Stefan going to go out, and the changeover.
Smoky.
Oh.
So they might pull them off.
Yeah, he'll black flag him if it's too bad. I might not know when he comes in the pits, so I'm going to keep an eye on the pits, okay?
Okay, I'll just ready.
Yeah.
He's still kicking off at half an hour, okay?
Yeah.
So this is my second stint, and it's actually come about a bit sooner than I expected, because as you saw when Sam went out to do his changeover, he was very smoky, and then they said on the live stream that he was smoky. He was behind the safety car for a couple of laps, and then when they finally got released, I think he did like half a lap, and then something just went pop, and so we pulled off the circuit. So the ruling is, if one of your team's cars pull off the circuit, then you can just release your next car. So that's what we did. So I got released because I was next in line, because that's the thing going through everyone. But it also means that we're a person down and possibly a lap or so down, because we don't know how long it was between getting the radio message that Sam had gone off to letting me out. So he's only done half a lap, which obviously won't count for anything, and then I've got to go out, and I don't know if this outlap counts or not, because obviously he hasn't changed over, so I'm not sure if this outlap really counts. So essentially we've lost a lap or two, but we can only do what we can do. Luckily my outlet was kind of clear, so kind of boring, but gave me a chance to get the car warmed up without having to battle anyone. I don't know if we're maybe still in the safety car, not entirely sure. Yeah, and also the Garmin, you can see there down by the gear stickers where we've got the Garmin, and it just for some reason it didn't work in this stint, so all we've got is a few. Anyway, I'll skip ahead to something a bit more interesting. So finally released from safety car. I've no idea what lap this is, but finally caught up to a group of battling 116s. So let's try to make my way around them. Not that exciting to be honest, but it was something. And another Porsche, or is that the same Porsche that I overtook earlier? I think it might be. What I noticed as well when I was on track, I think I saw most of the same cars that I was out with on my first stint. So it must have just so happened that people that did their first stints at the same time as me got back out on track when I did. And got around the Porsche a bit easier that time. Oh no, he's come back. See if I can get around him at the hairpin. I actually get second gear there as well, which is pretty decent. I think annoyingly that Porsche is a bit faster on the straights than us. And we've got some kind of cater field thing going next to us. Skipping ahead a bit, we get taken by this rather quick Honda Civic Type R, so excited to see how long we can keep up with him. You probably won't hear it on the camera, but it sounds like he changes about 12 gears going down this straight. I thought it was quite funny at the time. Yeah, on the inside is Jaguar, and I was quite impressed with how I could keep up with him, especially through this little complex. I think he gets a better exit, so he is a bit quicker and stays ahead down the straight. I think I can just keep him in my sights going down towards Cops. Yeah, no idea what any of these lap times were, because like I say, the Garmin wasn't really working for this session. But if I can keep with someone like that, it'll hopefully pull me along, put in some decent times. Getting towards the end of my session now, and come round to see. So the safety car has been called out. No idea why. Obviously that means I've got to slow down a bit. And then I find out it's literally just been called, and he picks me up.
I'm already well past off the box next time.
literally as I say that, here we are. So don't say too much about us, so I've just left the commentary off, but yeah, we do get a decent bit of airtime. So the reason for the safety car is there's a car stuck in the gravel just at this straight here. You'll see him now getting towed up by the V8 Landy. Yeah, we did get a decent bit of airtime, but that's kind of it. And then I come round and locks when I come past the pit entry next.
So, little update. So, both Stephen and I have had Stephen's had 2 laps now, or 2 sessions out in the car. I've had 1. Stephen, as you'll see behind me, is currently working on the car because we think we've got a wheel bearing that's about to go. So rather do it now than it going when we're out on track. So we've now only got a team of 4 cars running because Sam in the Fiesta is out because it was coming in a cloud of smoke. So Stephen had to go out early for that session, and Luca's out on track right now. Lewis is just waiting in the garages, and then I think Steph will be going out. His car is just, I don't actually know where it's gone. And then, yeah, Stephen will be going, or I'll be going back out in the car once the car's been fixed. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, that's a little update.
So back on the live stream, you can see Emma is actually going out now. Just on the left hand side there where the timing screen thing was. Starts her back out, so we'll catch up with her very soon. So a few laps in, and again a pretty quiet first half of the session, but we're getting to the point now where you'll see car starts to just kind of drop off. Getting to the point in the day where a lot of the cars, especially older cars like that, and it just start having little reliability issues or whatever. So I think during Emma's stint there's quite a few yellow flags and stuff, but luckily the safety cars didn't come back out. Yeah, it can be quite annoying when there's yellow flags everywhere along the circuit. Skipping forward a bit, in amongst a group of cars now. Doesn't look like much from this view. We're about to get some live stream footage, and then you'll see actually a bit more than it looks. Yeah, you've always got to be on the lookout for all these cars around you. Again, some more reliability issues. It's one of the gate rooms or something. His wheel arch kind of fell off. A few laps into the stint now. This turns out to be quite a long stint for Emma, because obviously we lost Sam earlier. We need to all pick up a bit and just do a little bit more. Anyway, Emma's been complaining about the tyres, and I think it's just down to the outside temperature. She wasn't the only one that was struggling as well. BMW's literally just went up in front of her. Yeah, she was complaining about the tyres, and I think just the temperature of the track and just in general just kind of dropped, and just kind of took the tyres out of the window. I think later on in the session she kind of gets them back and a bit happy with them. So we catch up with her a bit later on. I think she's starting to get a bit happy with the tyres now. Temperatures have come back up, starting to get in her window. And as you can see, we're now on lap 13. This is now the longest stint this car has ever done, in one go anyway. 13 laps at 2 3/4 minutes a lap. It's quite a long time. I think she's been out for about 40 minutes at this point, 35-40 minutes. She's come up against this Formula Woman Jaguar. The thing's absolutely rapid on the straights. It's not that confident in the bends. It's it gives them something to try and focus on. And I think coming down into, again I can't remember the corners, is it Vale coming down here? I can't remember. And she takes them on the inside. Look, that breaks them into the corner. Yeah, they're breaking a wee bit too early. Now it's just like sod it down the inside. And I think at this point she has to one more lap just so she can try and get a gap between her and them. I think we were quite close in the standings at that point. Yeah, as you can see, the delta's going up. So cars are back in the window. She's happier with him again. She's still going, she's now on lap 15. And times are coming down. The yellow flags there, I'll slow it up a bit. But as you can see, she's still ahead of the Jaguar. So, doing quite well. And I think she's still got a wee bit to go in this stint as well. I don't know what that JCB was doing, but on a mission. And Emma's stint over, ended up being just over 45 minutes. And we just passed our garage now. Steph's away to come out. As you'll see, it doesn't really end too well for him.
This didn't end well for Steph. Suspension went apparently.
Something's failed in the suspension, but it's just completely moved the wheels. So it's put the wheels to the arch, brake calipers can clean off.
Fucking hell. Oh wow, you can see it hanging out.
Oh, Jay.
Not a good end to the Saturday for Steph.
Yeah, go on.
Huge thank you to the Marshalls for putting it on the trailer for us. Job well done. Hi guys, so that's us finished our part of the racing. Lewis is just out doing our last laps just now. The race is almost finished.
They've got 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go. We just checked the timings. We're currently 62nd, but not last. So that's pretty good. That's after the handicaps, because obviously we've got some naturally aspirated cars, plus we had Steph's turboed Focus and our supercharged Mini.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately,
with Sam going out,
yeah,
Sam only did a couple of laps, and then with Steph going out, it's really put us behind because they were the two quickest cars.
Yeah.
And they basically haven't really put in much laps. The Mini has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like it's threatening rain at the moment. It still hasn't rained on this part of the track. We think it has on other parts. Because when I was out, I did a 40-minute stint and my tyres just seemed to go really cold. I thought they were getting too hot at one point, but yeah, apparently they were too cold because the temperatures dropped in the pits as well. They completely went out of their window and I was getting slower and slower, but then all of a sudden they came back again, and so I just pumped in a good few laps and then came in and...
You did nearly 50 minutes. It was like 45, 50 minutes you did.
Yeah, that's my longest stint ever in the car, and it actually felt fine. There was a few people going off in front of me, and yeah, it was just exciting.
I told her to come in. It was about 3 or 4 laps before she actually came in. I told her to come in. it was like.
But then suddenly, like
yeah,
the tyres came back in the window, and it was just feeling good again. So I stayed out.
The 40-minute mark. I said to her, right, come in, and then she said 2 more laps. So I let her do 2 more laps, and I showed her the pit board in.
Yeah.
And then she's on the radio, 1 more lap, 1 more lap.
Always 1 more lap. But yeah, it's been great fun today. We've really enjoyed it. And thanks so much to Club Racing UK for having us here today. And thanks to the marshals as well for recovering the cars from our team that needed it. And yeah, we'll see you again soon, next guys.
Marcus.
Yeah, you've just got to be there at the end, haven't you? You've got to be consistent, as John McLeod said. You've got to keep up your pace if you can, and steer clear of trouble, really. And that's basically what they did very, very well. There was some fabulous battling all the way down the field, and they're all winners getting to the end, which is brilliant. That's why we have 70 teams. I mean, if it was only 35 teams, it wouldn't be anything like the spectacle. It is a great race. For many, it's the race of the season. And yeah, I think once we've got the handicap result, which is, I think, a real knife-edge job.
It is.
We will know whether this one has well, who it's rewarded, because that handicap is the one that everyone wants, because it's the one that everyone, in theory, could win.